Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Sarah. I go by Lady Lugana here on Flosstube and on Instagram, and you have found my cross-stitch channel. For those of you who are joining me for the first time, welcome, and for those of you who are coming back, it's good to spend time with you again. It's been about 6 weeks since my last video. We've been quite busy here in New Hampshire. I had about 3 weeks of travel and we rented a genie boom and have been working on the exterior of our house, so a little bit of delay in coming back to join you all. But I wanted to show you first and foremost my book of days. So this is the end of August. As you can see, all of my D&D stickers. The owlbear I think is my favorite. And then I started decorating September. I haven't finished. Didn't have a lot of stitching in September, as you can see all the X's, but this is where it is for now. I do have quite a bit to show you despite all of the busyness. I have some fully finished objects, a finished object, some whips, new starts, plans, and we'll dive right in. So the first one to show you, sorry I'm looking down, all my stuff is on the floor in front of me, is I finished October House Fiber Arts Faded Flag, which is a 4th of July pattern. It's a flag. And my sister helped me turn it into a tiny pillow. It's so cute. So this is stitched 1/2 on 36 count vintage country Mocha, and I don't know what the backing is. It was a scrap sold. Oh, is it Heritage Designs? Heritage Quilts? Heritage Quilts, which is the quilt cross-stitch store in Amana Colonies in Iowa. And so
Flossy World.
That's my husband. And so my sister helped me put it together, and I stuffed it. I didn't stuff it as tight as I would normally. I wanted to give it more of like a slouchy, vintagey look. And so that's my very first cross-stitch pillow. And then I forgot to pull the pattern. Actually, I couldn't find the pattern for this one. This is the mini version of Spot by Kathy Barrick and our Carriage House, I think Kathy Barrick. And I stitched this for my husband. This is stitched 2/2 on 36 count. Picture this plus ale, using the called for NPI, except that I changed out some of the darker colors just for a darker NPI I had. And so this is for my husband, and this was another pillow that my sister helped me put together. So now I've got to learn how to do it on my own. And by help me put together, she basically sewed it by herself while I watched over her shoulder. So that is Spot. It looks so cute. It's so tiny. And so these are my very first pillows for the pillow baskets and the smalls that I'm going to have set up. So I was so excited about these. Which brings me to a fully finished, no, those are fully finished. This is a finished piece. As if you have followed me for a while, you know that I've been working on Jesus. Jesus, my Lord and Savior, King of the universe. This is a Vervaco cross-stitch kit. You can get it easily on Amazon. And so I used all of the kit floss, but I substituted the fabric, and I do this every time. It's either mushroom or a khaki Lugana, and it's in 32 count. Yeah, 32 count. And this is what he looks like. Isn't he so beautiful? Oh my goodness. I love this piece. And when it's far away, look at that. Oh my gosh, that's so good. And I've heard some people I've heard on Flosstube, because many people are stitching this, that some people have had difficulty or have run out of floss in the past on this piece. I had quite a bit left over. So maybe it's because I think this is a smaller count than the original called for fabric, but it's DMC, so it should be easy to color match. There's only 9 colors. in this kind of sepia tone range. This is him up close. Oh gosh, I could look at him all day. Look at this. He's so beautiful. Oh my goodness. And so that is Jesus, which is a, I don't know if I'm saying this, Vervaco cross stitch kit. Man, I'm sorry. I'm just like gazing at it in the camera. So that is my finished piece. So I got that done while I was visiting my parents. Beautiful Jesus. Which brings me to my next new start. As many of you know, I stitch Jesus or a faith-themed piece on Sundays because I have this strong faith and it plays a very important role in my life. So the one that I chose to stitch next is by Gouverneur. It's piece number 560 called The Blessed Virgin Mary. And this is readily available on Amazon, on Gouverneur's website, easily accessible. The Blessed Virgin Mary. This one's a little hard to tell what it is because it's all going to be kind of full coverage confetti stitching almost until it's done. I did change out my fabric. Oh, goodness. And I didn't actually write down what my fabric is. It's in the bag. So if you have questions about what the fabric is, let me know. I'll write it and I'll make sure to write it down below. But this is, instead of stitching it 1/1 on a 16 count Aida, which is in the pattern kit, I have changed it to a 40 count and I'm stitching it 1/1. And so all those tiny stitches. And so this is about 3 Sundays worth of work, and it's this corner. You can kind of see it right up there. So this will be a longer Sunday. Well, I don't know. Jesus took a while, so this will still be a longer Sunday stitch though. And it's beautiful. Oh my goodness. Actually, I'm going to grab the bag because I want to show you the fibers. Oh. Because the fibers are just so delicate, so beautiful. And the fabric is called, it's a 40 count Silver Moon alabaster. Is what it's called. But look at these colors. They're a little bit tangled. They're just so delicate and beautiful, and here we are. Look at that. Oh, we've got all these muted tones with these little pops of purple and then these little pops of like blue. Here we are. See this blue color right there, the blue. So this is very enjoyable to work on Sundays. There's something peaceful about stitching it because you have to be so precise, but it's so delicate as well. I don't know how to explain it. Blessed Virgin Mary by Gouverneur. So you'll be seeing that a lot. Probably every video until it's done because it's my Sunday stitch. All right. I'm actually going to stick that one away so that it doesn't get dirty. Which then also leads me into my next cross stitch new start. It's just a barely start, but as many of you know, the last few weeks have been politically tense, have been tense kind of as a general statement, and with the murder of Charlie Kirk. And so the tattoo stitcher started a pattern by the Scarlett House called Seeking Refuge, and I'm going to stitch it to honor Charlie Kirk but also to support Scarlett House, who, when they posted their memorial of Charlie Kirk on Instagram, received a lot of hatred from people. And so I want to honor both Charlie Kirk and to recognize the hard work and support Scarlett House as well. And so this is called Seeking Refuge. Sorry for the glare. Sorry, I'm tearing up too. I didn't expect to do that. And it says, when the world seems to be out of control, I find a way to nurture my soul, seeking refuge with needle and thread, the angst and anxiety no longer I dread. And so I thought this was very apropos and a good selection by Jordan, the Tattoo Stitcher. So once more, this is what it looks like. And here they are. I pulled the fibers. So I barely start. I put in like 10 minutes this morning before I started filming. I'm stitching it 2/2 on 36 count vintage country mocha. And just a tiny start. I'll work on it more today. And then these are the fibers. They almost give me Christmas vibes too. So it'll be something fun to continue working through kind of the winter holiday season with these colors. So I started smack in the middle, and I'm going to be working on the big house. Right there. Woo! So that is one of my other new starts. I had a lot of new starts. I didn't realize I had started so many things. So the memorial piece to Charlie Kirk. And then, let me put this aside. My next new start was a planned new start as well. And this is a piece that I started for September, Sampler September. I think I showed you the fibers and things last time, but it took a while to get my fibers, and so I'm excited to be able to start the Queen of the May 2025 in September for Sampler September. It's Elizabeth Stephenson, 1854. Sorry, I'm gonna quit sip of coffee. It says cross stitch on it. Single-minded, aren't I? So this is Elizabeth Stephenson. Sorry for the glare. I don't know if I can, I don't know, adjust the light, but it's been rainy here. And so this is one of the less rainy days. We needed it. We've been in like drought weather. And so I'm glad it's not raining because we're getting the genie boom again to finish the exterior of the house today. That would be terrible to be stuck in the rain. Anyway, many people are stitching this. If I remember right, red velvet quilts. And I'll tag all of these people below. I'll write the writing it down so I don't forget. Is also stitching this. It's beautiful. I love the colors. And I started mine 1/2 on 40 count. It's called Sandcastle by Fox and Rabbit. I think, believe it or not, this might be the first time, oh no, I think I just lost a needle. The first time I've used Fox and Rabbit. So let's grab this. I have a huge cut of it. I don't know why I have such a huge cut of it, but I do. And I am using the Soie d'Alger fibers. 1/1 on 40 count. And the Fox and Rabbit has a little bit, it's this beautiful, actually that's not too bad, this beautiful neutral with, it has almost just a hint of a pink undertone to it. And so I think it's going to suit the tones of this pattern well. And I stitched on this for a week when I had very little time to stitch. And so I did not get very far, but look at those colors. Aren't they glorious? They're so beautiful. And I will continue to work. This will be the piece I focus on for a sampler, reproduction sampler, because it's so beautiful and I love it. I love these colors. So let me tuck that one away. Let me see if I can. There's the needle. I found the needle. Ooh. Don't need any of my puppies stepping on a needle. So let's see. I'll set that here. Next is another planned new start with my friend Patty. She is freaking froggin' on Instagram and is a marvelous stitcher. And I will link her account below as well. I enjoy seeing what she starts and I love it. So we started together Blackbird Fraktur by Plum Street Samplers. Oh, I've wanted to start this piece for a while. I've had it in my stash and in my head. I had not had it kitted up. Well, I did have it kitted up in stash and I just didn't know it. And so it's just, I'm excited. And so I'm stitching this on 36 count Wren by Picture This Plus. Where'd my board go? Oh, it looks so good. I'm stitching this 2/2 with the called for fibers, which are glorious. Look at these. Look at that. Oh, so beautiful. I love this tiger eye, this color, golden color here by Weeks Dye Works. So I made one substitution. So it calls for Weeks Dye Works mascara. And I did not have that, nor could I get it because it was sold out, courtesy of it going to be autumn. It's going into the autumn season. So I substituted it with a Gentle Arts black licorice, which I think is beautiful. There's this particular, even more than 310, I feel like black licorice is more black. But this is where I am. And this has been just one of those stitches I don't want to put down. It's so fun to work on. It's block stitching. It's easy counting for the most part. And it seemed to have stitched up. Whereas the sampler seemed to have stitched up really slow, maybe because I was so busy. This seemed to have stitched up so fast by comparison. So, and then these are my cute little needle minders. So this is Blackbird Fraktur. And I want to get that big blackbird done, at least that big first one, before I stitch any more of the beautiful colors, because there's a lot of black color and dark colors in this and I don't want to get burned out. But oh, look at that. It's so good. Wow, that's pretty. So that is one of my other new starts with Patty. You should go check hers out. She's stitching hers on this beautiful color, like a beautiful greenish color. Oh, that was such a great choice. I'm like, oh, I like it. I like that green. It makes me want to find a green for the tiny Halloween, you know, the tiny town, the Halloween tiny town, and stitch that on like a sagey green background because of the blacks and the oranges and the traditional Halloween colors in it. I think that would be fun. So the next start was entirely impulsive. When I was visiting my sister in Iowa and my family in Iowa, we went to two cross-stitch stores. I went to Heritage Quilts, which is in Amana Colonies, and I'm pretty sure that's the right name. Now I just call it Amana Colonies, and now I can't remember. And then I also went to BeStitch Me, their storefront, which is in, oh goodness, like Davenport, right on the border between Illinois and Iowa. I think it's technically on the Illinois side, but that's about an hour away from where my family live. So I had a lot of fun going in there and shopping. And we both kitted up something called Halloween Letters by Primrose Cottage Stitches. It's so cute. She's already finished hers. I have not. But look how cute it is. And the pattern itself calls for DMC and Weeks Dye Works and one classic color work, but the BeStitch Me storefront carries DMC and its own overdyed silks and floss. I think just silks. And so I got the DMC that it calls for, but then substituted all the overdyed cottons for silk. And the, I'll actually show you the project first and then hold it up. We both chose a fabric called Frankenstein to stitch it on. Oh, it's so cute. This is a 32 count, 2/2, called Frankenstein. And see if I can, so it's reading pretty well on camera, but what it's not picking up, there's subtle hints of like this kind of mottled green in here that's not picking up as well. It's kind of showing on camera. So I thought that would be perfect for this. It's so cute. My goodness. And what I'm also, I forgot I've substituted, the ghosts are going to be, they're glow in the dark. And so some changes on this one. So we have this is the DMC, and then we have the BeStitch Me silks. Look at those colors. The oranges and the greens to substitute for the overdyed cottons. And that is, it was hard to stitch at my parents' house because the light was bad, and so I could not see most of the time to actually stitch unless we were out on the screened-in porch. So look at this. There we go. Oh goodness, it's like I have never done this before. Look at that. Oh man, it's so cute and up close. So cute. And then I got the cute little needle minder there to match because I have an obsession with needle minders. Look at it, so cute. So I'll probably continue working on this through the next few weeks, through October. Oh, it's so pretty. So that is my Halloween letters by Primrose Cottage stitches on such a cool fabric. Oh, so good. And I'm gonna have plenty of left over to do like smalls on this. It's gonna be great. So let's put that there. Next, I worked on, these are whips. So all of those were new starts. It's a lot of new starts. And then the next ones are whips, which stands for work in progress if you're new to the cross stitch world. So the next whip I worked on was Nightingale. And this is a Mirabilia Designs. This is what it looks like. This is my focus piece for Mirabilia. I love Mirabilia. Absolutely love it. But I find that I've started so many because I love it so much that I'm not making much accomplishment in completing them. Except for this beautiful one up here where I stitched that for the Queen City Stitch Retreat in 2023. So that's Snow Maiden, and that's the only Mirabilia that I've finished. I have a few Nora Corbetts I've done, but, or at least one that I finished. So this is Nightingale, and it's on brown sugar boba, 32 count, and it is a Grace Note fabric, and I love it. Oh, I forgot to take before pictures on all of these because of kind of the chaos of life. That's okay. We'll do that next month. And this is where I am on her. So, and the brown sugar boba doesn't quite pick up true on camera either. There are brown tones, yes, but it's more pink, at least my pieces. And so this is where I am. She's so beautiful. And so I stitched kind of moving down here. Isn't she lovely? Oh man. See, oh, I just bumped you. I'm sorry. See if I can get closer so you guys can see the stitching better. Oh. And I'm just stitching her as called for. All the called for fibers, and except the fabric choice. So, and then this is glow in the dark Krynic, which is going to look so cool. It glows in the dark really well. So that is Nightingale, and I can't wait to get to these dark colors here. Oh, it's going to be so good. So good. So that was whip number 1. Whip number 2, and I have a hanging thread on it, I'm sorry. I wanted to work on this at my parents' house and put a lot of progress into it, but I couldn't see because it was just too dark. And so this, oops, let me show you, is Glittering Leaves by Nora Corbett. And I'm stitching her 2/2 on a 32 count Picture This Plus fabric, which I can never remember the name of. So I will put it below. It's also, I think I wrote it in my last video as well. But I carried her arms down, trying to get those finished. For whatever reason, the light always like blows this one out. Like it makes it glow in a weird way. I don't know how to explain it. Beautiful though. Like, see how it like it's like glowing? It's odd. This is all one color of water lilies. So variegated leaves. In total, there are 2 colors of variegated water lilies, which accomplish this look here. So she's lovely. I think she could be a finish for autumn if I have time. Because she's almost done. She's not big. Famous last words though, right? As you can see, she's not very far off. But these leaves actually take a good amount of time to stitch. So they're like leaf wings. So that's my Nora Corbett. And then many of you have followed along my 2-a-day stitch. This is my oldest whip. It didn't get as much love because I could only take so many patterns and projects to Iowa with me. And so this is Design Works Symphony Bouquet. Take another sip. And this is what it looks like. Sorry, I have something in my eye. This is what it looks like. It's beautiful. And I'm stitching this on the called for kit, the called for the kit fabric, the kit floss, the kit everything. And I think Amy from Fiber Arts, Amy has started this. She showed me she started on a beautiful blue fabric that she dyed. Man, it's gonna look so cool. I love it. And speaking of, let me tell you, since a couple of you I know are now stitching this, in the color key, the symbol in as in Nancy, it's like a little lowercase n, is listed as 415, which is gray. And you can see it. Sorry, I just bumped you again. Like this color is listed as gray, and then through here too. That is a chart error. It is actually symbol 422. I ripped it out of here, but there's a lot of it in the vase, and so it was like gray all throughout the vase. It's not right. It's like a golden, light golden brown. This color here, this like light golden, 422. Just as an FYI for those of you who are stitching it. And this is where I am, and it's cattywampus. It looks. There we go. And so, what did I do? I started filling in going up towards this branch here with the purples, but then I wanted some more block stitching and started pulling the vase down further. And I think I'm going to try and finish the vase before going back up here, because then this is all going to be like full coverage block stitching as well. And so it looks so good. Look at that. My goodness, that's beautiful. And this is a 14 count Ada. And I love how this big, I don't know what kind of flower that is. But I love how it's turning out. So I don't know, many of you may not know this. You may know this. I am not good with keeping plants alive. My husband keeps all the plants alive. But I have purchased a Venus flytrap. It's tiny and it's so cute. And I actually had to buy a warming pad for it so I could keep it warm. And it only uses distilled water for like watering purposes and or rainwater. And I'm like, so caveat, side note, tangent, because I was like, I don't know what kind of plant this is because I'm so bad at keeping them alive. I don't typically pay mind to it. But I'm going to try to keep my little Venus flytrap alive. So that is Symphony Bouquet by Designworks. And that's a kit. It's still available. They've changed the materials a little bit, but the pattern is still readily available. Okay. The next whip is one I'm stitching with Alicia, Adventures in Stitching. Right. Make sure I tag everybody. And she has started this. We're both trying to get this finished by July 4th of next year in celebration of the 250th anniversary of the country. And so she's segmented hers out so that you can follow along and kind of know what you need to stitch on each month to get it accomplished if you're starting from scratch. I had already started mine, so for me, I need to stitch about 2,500 stitches each month, which I've accomplished. So this is One Nation Under God. The other name for it is Liberty, which is a Twin Peak Primitives. Look how good it is. And I am stitching this on 32 count vintage country mocha with, there's both a DMC list and a Weeks dye work list, and I'm doing Weeks dye works. And it's huge. I don't know if it's going to be able to, oh, there we go. Let me fold this in half. May not even use the board. Yay! So, I finished, oh good gracious, the eagle, this medallion here, and I worked a lot on the house. That eagle was no joke. There are a lot of stitches in that. It's so good. I can't wait to get this done. I love how it looks. Look at that. Oh, it's so good. I love this flower pot. Also, no joke, but look at all the colors in that. It's So I think what I'll do next is work on the words, which read, all men are created equal, created equal, that they are endowed by their creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And so I'll work on that and continue to work on the big house, the White House, with my next video. Because I'm going to keep trying to get 2,500 stitches a month on this piece to get it done in time. So that is One Nation Under God by Twin Peak Primitives. Okay, and if you've also followed me for a while, you know I'm working on a full coverage piece called Empress Eugenie Surrounded by Ladies. This is by Franz, the original artwork is by Franz Xavier Winterhalter. Let me pull it up so you can see the whole piece. Here we go. And this was a painting, and I actually looked up some more history on it so that I could speak not unintelligibly about it, intelligently about it. So this is what it'll look like when it's all done. And it was painted in 1855 of Empress Eugenie, and I think it's at 8 of her ladies in waiting, or her ladies. And Franz Xavier Winterhalter painted European high society and royalty. And Empress Eugenie was a Spanish-born, she was the Spanish-born wife of actually Napoleon III. And so she was Empress of France. And served as the muse for a lot of his paintings. Franz Xavier Winterhalter's paintings. And that's her here. That's Empress Eugenie. The one, there we go, that one. I did not get as far on this one either for the same reasons of travel, but I did get several thousand stitches, or not several, at least 1,000, several hundred to a couple thousand stitches in. So I'm almost done with this page here. And then I started working more on that page at the bottom because I got tired of the top. So this is where I am. So this will continue to receive at least a little bit of love. It's hard for me when I get to September, October, November, and December because it's such dedicated time. I think my husband's walking outside and my dogs might bark. Dedicated time for holiday stitching that I love. But this is where it is. It looks good too. This will just take forever. It's fine. It's okay, baby. I know. Dad just went outside. So those are all the whips I worked on. Now let me show you some possible plans for the next month, going into October, as well as some haul. I have a little bit of haul from, apart from what I've already shown you that I can show you. But where is, oh no, you're fine. Shh. So what one of my whips I might work on is called Emmy, which is a Nora Corbett, a bewitching pixie. And so I'm doing this as called for on Milk Chocolate by Witchelt. I have finished, here it is, I have finished Luna, and I want to do all of these. The only thing I substituted was I made the black actually an anchor black because I feel like coverage is better on Witchelt with anchor black than with DMC. But this is where I am. So she may come out to play. Oh, she's so cool. Look at that. So that's a possibility. The next possibility that I want to potentially work on, besides Halloween letters and my new Charlie Kirk piece, Seeking Refuge, is my pattern called Mave. And this is what that looks like. Oh, nope, that's the pattern. You don't want to see that. That's Mave, and this is a full coverage piece by Heaven and Earth Design. I don't have a large start on this one, but I'd like to get a little more progress going into that corner because I'm just now getting into the reds of like the strawberries and berries. So that's another possibility of things to come out. I love this piece. This is my biggest full coverage piece that I have actually. It's like 500 plus thousand stitches. And then of course you can't have Halloween without bringing out the good classic Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow by Carriage House Samplings. So that's what many people stitch this. Many people are aware of what this looks like. It's beautiful. I'm stitching mine 1/2 on a 46 count fabric by BeStitch Me with the Vicky Clayton silks. I cannot recall off the top of my head what it's called. Hey, you're okay. And so pulling this out, I worked on this a little bit already this year, like just putting some ghosts in, but pulling that out. Oh, you don't want to get into my coffee, darling. To put some stitches into that as well. for Halloween. Oh, this is such a good one. It's huge. It's giant. So those are potential plans. And then last but not least, I have some Halloween haul. Oh. And I didn't take this out of the bag, so I'm sorry. This is Pumpkin Pals, and this is Teresa Kogut. It's so cute. I love the little side smile of the bear. It's got like a side smirk. It's adorable. So, oh, that's so cute. Pumpkin Pals. I also got Ghosting to Town by Hello from Liz Matthews. Let's see. Sorry for the noise. What are you doing, Coconut? Oh, there she is. Ghosting to Town. It's so adorable. And I got is this the called for? No, this is not the called for. I got Seaweed, which I don't think is the called for. But I thought it would look really good with these colors on it. So I did get that. I don't know if I have any intention of starting these. Maybe. We'll see. And then I got Sleepy Hollow by Finally a Farm Girl, which I love. And then the Called for Fibers. Look at these colors. She calls for Classic Colorworks, Weeks Dye Works, and DMC. And then I got the Called for Fabric, which is Smoky Quartz. So, yeah. So I may start these. I don't know. Undecided. But yeah, that is what I have been up to in the last 6 or so weeks with my cross-stitching. It continues to be busy with house repair, trying to get all the exterior done before the snow comes. So cross-stitching may continue to be a little limited moving forward as we work on the exterior of the house. But I hope to come back before October and then next time show you all of the Halloween stuff that I finished and kind of update you on all the things that I've been doing. So it was great to spend time with you today. I look forward to seeing you next time, and I hope you have a wonderful autumnal season. Bye for now.